you're always going to be one thing away from changing your life forever. And the fact is you have to show up, regardless of how you feel, because we all don't feel like doing it sometimes. I don't feel like doing it sometimes. Some people may see me as very consistent, but I've built the muscle, and I just continuously build the muscle and focus on taking one step. It's not about how far you go, because it will come to a point where you just have to show up. And regardless of how you feel, the good days or the bad days, all it is about is showing up. Because some people have these bad habits, which I've had, and I can partake in them because I've drank, I've suffered from addiction, but I stopped smoking, I stopped drinking, and I just been solely focused on being intentional with how I think and my actions. So everyone thinks that it's this big thing that has to happen, but all it really is you just showing up. You putting one step in front of the other, because the bad days, all it is about is you taking that step. Imagine if you never filled your cup up with water and you're thirsty. You don't even get a sip of water. You realize that. So even if you do a little for today, you at least did something. You get what I mean? So my things that I just say that you should do is meditate, pray, exercise, read, and search for all types of personal development, all types of personal growth, bro, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to make our life exciting, when we're continuously growing. And even though sometimes we don't even see the results, we know we've put the work in. That's like, again, playing a sport and you have so many teams that you got to go against to reach a championship. But if you were to reach this championship without even playing one game, you just automatically go to the championship, it wouldn't be as worthy. And the trophy is just the material, right? It's the process that it took you. So all it is what I always say in my description: love the process and detach from the result. The result will come, but as long as you have faith and you continuously show up. As long as you just have the will to have a selective process on where your awareness goes throughout the whole day, you'll get where you really want to go. There's no definite time where it's going to happen, because God has his own timing. You have your own timing. Everyone has their own timing. Don't look at anyone else's life and wonder, why did they get this in a month? But I've been doing it for so long, right? I've been on and off of YouTube for about, I would say 8 years, 6 to 8 years or something like that. Y'all can just look at my first video. I still have it on here. My very first video, bro. Go look at it. It's on here. Go search up the oldest video, bro. And what made me really lock in on my content was me becoming a dad, right? I want to be able to have my son look at this stuff and just say, hey, I left something for him to actually, listen to and learn from. Because I know everyone has their struggles. And in my past, I've been through it all. I've smoked every day. I've drank every day. I haven't done any other crazy drugs, bro, but I only smoked weed and I only drank. But just from those two and doing it so much, bro, with the knowing that something in my mind was telling me I was destined for more, always sat with me, and it just kind of whispered until the fact that I just noticed that, like, it's way too loud. Why am I not listening to it? So I used to just subconsciously protect myself from the whole world. That's why I really took them, because I would want to, smoke, drink, and just make it feel like it's exciting to do it, right? We all know that feeling. You getting off work. Okay, yeah, I got this in the car. I got the blunt in the car. It's like, bro, the shit's getting old, bro. Because once you finish the blunt, once the high goes down, now what is it? Now what you gonna do? It's a chain reaction now, because now you're gonna smoke again. And then it just continues. You just chase this high that is for about 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, maybe, depending on your tolerance, whatever. But again, what made me really just start this personal development journey is I was actually talking to my friends, and I'm like, man, I need to find my niche. Like, I don't want to do any public interviews, even though I've done it. I mean, I don't mind doing it, but me becoming a dad, I would need to be at home. Not saying I would need to, but I love my girlfriend so much that I don't want her to be overwhelmed with 2 babies. You know what I mean? Because we got 2 under 2. So if you know what that overwhelmingness is like, then you know. But only people that know 2 under 2 is hectic. Like, one baby starts crying, the other one starts crying. One baby goes to sleep, the other one wakes up. It's like on and off things, bro. And it's a continuous journey of just catering to the babies, pretty much, because I'm not saying we barely get time with each other, but if we want to go somewhere, we got to bring our kids, because they're our responsibility. And it's like, they're not a burden, but we just think about things more consciously about the future when we bring our kids to this certain spot. How are they going to act? What's going to happen? How long can we even stay? You know what I mean? And yeah, bro, it took me until, I would say, until I became a dad, like until my son was probably about like 1, and then I found out she was pregnant again. That's when I said, all right, it's really time to lock in. There's no more messing around, because even though, I was kind of locked in, I started to partake in, social media marketing and agency, but all it really was, bro, is to look for the result, because I was so eager for money instead of the result. Because my shout out Michael, man. Shout out Michael Wilson, if you're watching this, bro. He actually inspired me to, actually get my life together. And, he involved me with the SMMA, because he was doing it. He's like, bro, you could do this. And he's always encouraging me, because I'm like, bro, I don't know what I'm doing. He's like, bro, you do. And I've seen him. We've been talking. He's my high school partner. He's my high school buddy. So I've been talking to him till this day. And I've seen him grow financially, physically, and mentally. And to see him do that, and I think it took one day, because I'm known as the goofy guy, in my friend group, and everyone always, knew that I was a weird person because I was just, kind of an outcast on how I would react to certain things, the things I would say. But I knew something special was in that because everybody always was knowing that I was going to say something crazy. But we was on the phone one day and I was just playing around. Like, we were both playing around, but he was like, he was saying it in a joking manner, but I took it to heart because I actually was not taking life serious. And he was like, bro, you need to get serious about your life. You need to take life serious. And then when he said that, it kind of irked a nerve. I didn't let him know that, but, and I don't fault him for it. I actually am thankful for him for that. Because after that day, bro, I have been searching and I have been obtaining this new version of myself every single day, bro. And it was like, damn, I do need to. You know what I mean? One of my peers telling me I need to get my life together. I need to take life serious. It took for that moment. We were playing around, bro. And even if you watching this, bro, or not, even if he didn't say that, bro, I don't believe that. Well, let me take that back. I believe that I still would have been locked in, but probably at a sooner time, because when he said that, bro, it was an instant switch. Once I got off the phone, bro, I just locked in on content, started studying, started dropping every day, bro. And it was just like, I just stopped. I really didn't stop seeking the result because I still was looking for the result, but it still is a personal development phase of you loving the process, you taking that step. So it's not gonna be easy, bro, but I can say it can switch in a day. You can change your mindset in a day. You can change it in an hour. Shit, my shit changed, but I can still say that I was partaking in the vices still. I was drinking. I was still smoking after he said that. But it really took that one day for me to really lock in. It didn't even, it I would say it kind of like pack-a-punched me. It put me in an upgrade machine. Like, you need to upgrade, bro. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Because at that time, I was still actually living with my girlfriend, and we moved back in with my parents because I wasn't able to hold up my part pretty much, because I didn't even want to be in that predicament. So I just was like, yeah, we stayed in there 1 year, and I was still staying in my apartment. But even though he said I need to take life serious, like I was a dad at that point. Like, my son was born, and yeah. But again, bro, the journey, you have to have longevity with it, bro. You have to have longevity with it, because all it is taking one foot in front of the other, bro. Because at the end of the day, no one will tell you the day that it will happen. You don't know when it will happen. You have to be all the synonyms of consistency, relentless, resilient, persistent, all of those. So you need to just work on yourself, bro, fully lock in on yourself, because the struggles will never go away, bro. You won't feel like doing it every day. You won't. But it's the fact that the law of polarity, there are no highs without lows, and there are no lows without high. So every pain, every struggle you've had, like, I've felt pain, we all felt pain, we all felt struggle, we all felt happiness, we all felt excitement, right? But you at least need to prioritize your health and focus on just becoming a better person. So you need to set aside time for yourself, for your craft, and for the people that you actually love and you love to be around. Even if it's just friends, bro, you want to just check in on some people. If you haven't talked to them in a while or anything, bro. Anything. Because the whole time, bro, when you look at it, it's like you're trying to look at how much progress you've actually done and you're trying to compare it, but it's no real comparison. It's no real comparison, bro. You'll look at it at the top of the mountain and actually look at everything you've gone through, and then it's like, wow, this is amazing. And then you're looking at it, you're looking at it as, for an example, like a glass of water, right? And if your glass of water is already full, what would you do on becoming better? Or if you already had a glass of water and you already have another glass of water next to you, and you have just all types of glasses of water, but you're not thirsty, right? If they're all full, but you don't want to drink them because you're satisfied of your thirst is quenched, which is your thirst being quenched is, your desire to progress with your life. You won't look to have any progress. You won't look to drink more of this water because you feel as though you're not thirsty anymore or you don't need any more. It's not that. It's not the. That's not the fact. That's not even the fact. I hope that was a good comparison, But again, bro, leave a comment below if you enjoyed this video, and I just appreciate you guys for everything because we did hit 1,000 subscribers like a couple weeks ago, and that's just been a real big goal of mine. So even if you see me at 10,000 or 100,000, that's my goal, to get that $100,000 plaque. I mean, the $100,000 subscriber plaque. Shit, and get 100,000 from YouTube. You know what I mean? But again, all of this wouldn't still happen. Just me being on this journey wouldn't be happening with you all if you all weren't liking, weren't viewing, weren't giving me encouragement. So I just want to acknowledge you all, saying that I really appreciate it, because it keeps me going as well, knowing that other people do actually listen and actually are getting some real good gems from this, because I just want to relate, bro. That's it. I don't want to seem any different, any better than anybody, because we're all the same, bro. And I just want to spread so much love, bro. That's all I really want to do. I just want to continuously spread love. So again, I appreciate you clicking on this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.